Hi, I'm Matt Gillard, bringing you your weekly Capital Corner update here from Lansing. Thanks for clicking in, and thanks for your interest on early childhood issues and how what we're doing here in Lansing can affect the lives of young children throughout Michigan. The legislative activity has been pretty light here for the last couple of weeks, as is expected at this time of year. It usually takes a while for the legislature to get moving on the governor's budget proposal. If you remember last month, the governor presented his proposal to the legislature. It had wide-ranging impacts across all areas of state government and massive cuts, really, to the education sectors, but in large part left early childhood funding at current year levels. This is the governor's proposal. So while it's a mixed bag, really, for many people with young children and families of young children, the governor did indicate, I think, strongly his support for investment in quality early childhood programs with his proposal. Now, as the legislature moves through their process of dealing with this proposal, we certainly need to continue to pay close attention and to continue to advocate for the best interests of young children and make sure that the legislature also makes investment in quality early childhood programs a priority, as the governor has indicated he's willing to do. Really, from a legislative standpoint, the biggest challenges with the governor's proposal focus or center around the tax policy proposals that the governor is pushing for. He's pushing for elimination of the Michigan business tax and creating a new 6% corporate income tax that would only be applicable to C Corps. This would greatly reduce the tax burden on Michigan businesses overall, but then he's proposing to shift some of that tax burden onto individuals through the elimination of the earned income tax credit, which is a tax credit that goes to low-income working families. But then even more significantly, he's proposing to increase taxes or to, for the first time really in Michigan, tax public and private pensions, which are the income, obviously, that many of our seniors receive from their previous work, whether it be in the public sector or the private sector. Currently, Michigan is one of only a few states that exempts a great deal of pension income. And we've been very generous in our pension tax system over the last decades. And Governor Snyder argues out of a fairness issue alone, it's important that we start to change that. And really, and part of his shared sacrifice idea is to have everybody share in the difficulties that Michigan's going through, and that includes our seniors as well. His proposal generates $900 million from this pension tax, and I think that's a critical piece to his plan, and it's something that the legislature is certainly struggling with already and will continue to struggle with as they move through this process. But I think it's something important for us as early childhood advocates to weigh in on and consider. Without that $900 million, the deficit for our state government is even greater, and we'd be looking at certainly even more cuts as we move through this budget process. So while many early childhood funded programs are funded at current year levels in the governor's proposal, that's contingent upon these tax policy changes that he's working on as well. So that's something that we will continue to monitor and watch, as we will always continue to monitor and watch all the actions of the legislature, and certainly report to you on any activities that directly impact young children. So thanks for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you every week, and keep fighting for young kids.